Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first annual Cinematic Awards presented by Cinematic Reviews and Quantum Podcasts. Today, I will be your host, Chris Opitz, as we honor the films and shows that came out in 2025. 2025 was a crazy, crazy year. It started off with Sydney Sweeney being a spokesperson for bathwater soap. I don't know what's wilder, the soap itself or the fact that it sold faster than Taylor Swift concert tickets. She was then at the center of a jeans ad controversy on social media. It was a jeans ad, and somehow my phone asked me to pick a side. I didn't know I needed to defend myself after watching an American Eagle commercial. Then the origin of the first ever AI actress came forward. Tilly Norwood was introduced to the world, which is great because at her acceptance speech, she can thank her friends, her family, and Wi Fi. On a much sadder note, raging fires raced through the city of Los Angeles and Hollywood, leaving many without homes. I was going to make a joke today, but then I remembered rich people are people too. And then to cap things off, something a little more recently, Netflix and Paramount thought it'd be fun to explore the idea of owning Warner Brothers, one of the biggest studios to ever hit Hollywood, in this big tug-of-war match in the month of November and December. Which is cool because the first strategy meeting at Netflix will be, can we turn the DC universe into a dating show? And that's when Netflix goes, you have the green light. Let's send the pilot out. We also lost a lot of legends in 2025, such as Val Kilmer, Gene Hackman, and Diane Keaton. Let's take a moment to honor those that we've lost, all the legends and icons. Please roll the slideshow. Always in our hearts, gone but not forgotten. We honor those that have passed and we look to the future and honor them through this award show. So let's take a quick break and then we'll get into all the categories and the awards for today's show. So this is my version of the Oscars, so the categories will be a lot different than what the Academy Awards do every year, and that was the whole point of this show, was to award films that would normally not get mentioned at the Oscars. So our first category today is Best in Kids and Family. The winner of your 2025 Best in Kids and Family is How to Train Your Dragon. Congrats to Mason Thames and the cast and crew of the film for the award. Next up, we have Best in Drama or Thriller. This was a very surprising winner here, and that is The Housemaid, starring Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. Congrats to them and the cast and crew for winning the award in 2025. Best in Action for 2025 was a much closer race. We had a lot of great action films throughout the year, but your winner for this year is Ballerina. So congrats to Ana de Armas and the cast and crew of the John Wick franchise spinoff film, Ballerina. Best in Comedy, your winner this year in 2025 is Happy Gilmore 2. Congrats to Adam Sandler and the cast and crew over at Netflix for giving us the legacy sequel, Happy Gilmore 2. Best in Horror, this was an easy one, Sinners. So congrats to Michael B. Jordan and the rest of the cast and crew for Sinners on taking this year's Best in Horror award. Best in Musical, this was a surprise as well. K-pop Demon Hunters came out of nowhere and took this award, so congrats to them on giving us one of the year's most surprising and entertaining experiences over on Netflix. So congrats to the K-pop Demon Hunters crew taking this year's Best in Musical. Up next, we have some of the more bigger esteemed awards. First up, Streamer of the year. This was tough. Streaming is a huge part of the business nowadays, so it was a tight race, but we do have a winner, and that is Netflix. They brought us K-pop Demon Hunters, Wake Up Dead Man, which was the Knives Out Mysteries sequel. Squid Game Season 3 came out, along with Wednesday Season 2. Happy Gilmore 2, which took Best Comedy of the Year. And then we also had Stranger Things 5, the epic conclusion to not only the series finale, but also one of Netflix's most popular shows to date, and probably will ever be. So congrats to Netflix on being the streamer of the year for 2025. Now we'll get into actor and actress of the year. Your actor of the year for 2025 is Mr. Pedro Pascal. He had a very exciting year in 2025. He starred on SNL 50. He was in the most recent Fantastic Four film brought to you by Disney Marvel. That also followed some very entertaining and interesting interviews. He was also starring in the film Materialist, which is one of the most disturbing and very poorly made films of the year, or of the century, if that matter. And then he also starred in The Last of Us Season 2 over on HBO Max, which is an exciting show that he has been a part of. So congrats to him on being 2025's Actor of the Year. Actress of the Year, it's probably pretty obvious on how I started the show off, but it is Sydney Sweeney. If you tell somebody 2025 and ask them which actor or actress comes to mind first, 9 times out of 10, it'll be Sydney Sweeney. She was at the forefront of that bathwater soap craze. She fallen victim of the American Eagle jeans commercial controversy on social media. She starred in that exciting Euphoria teaser that just came out, and then she starred in The Housemaid along with Amanda Seyfried. So Sydney Sweeney is your actress of the year for 2025. Moving on, director of the year. This was tough. We had a lot of great directors, a lot of great films come out in 2025, but we do have a winner, and that is Ryan Coogler, director of Sinners, one of the year's hottest horror films and one of the best horror films of the decade and century. So congrats to Mr. Ryan Coogler on winning 2025's Director of the Year. The last two prestigious awards that we will give out today, and then we'll move into the year's top films and shows. Series of the Year. That is Stranger Things 5. We got the epic conclusion to the Stranger Things saga over on Netflix. There have been confirmations that spinoffs will happen, but this main story of Stranger Things has come to an end, and it was an epic conclusion to the beloved series over on Netflix. So congrats to Stranger Things 5 on being 2025's Series of the Year. And then to finish things off, we have the Film of the Year, probably the most prestigious of the awards. This was tough. This was a tight race, but we do have a winner, and the winner is Ballerina. Ballerina is this year's Film of the Year, so congrats to the cast and crew of the John Wick franchise spinoff movie. You are now the 2025 Film of the Year. So congrats to all the winners out there. Your awards will be in the mail. Moving on, let's get to the top 5 films and top 5 shows of 2025. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up. At number 5 comes in Sinners, the year's hottest horror film involving Michael B. Jordan fighting off vampires. It was an incredible film to watch. At number 4, we have F1 the movie, the incredible racing film starring Brad Pitt. It blew all of our wigs and our minds out of the theaters with all the incredible stunts and the sound and music, and it was such an experience to watch in the theaters. So congrats on F1 being in the top 5 of 2025. Number 3, we've got Lilo and Stitch, the live-action remake of the beloved animated film from Disney. It was very memorable to see all the characters and the stories that we all grew up with in live action. It was quite an experience to watch in the theaters. So Lilo and Stitch takes number 3. Number 2 is How to Train Your Dragon. The winner of this year's Best in Kids and Family Award is sitting at number 2 on the year. It was in a tight race with the number 1 spot, but it did not quite get there. Because at number 1 is the Film of the Year, which is Ballerina. So congrats to all of our winners and then our top 5 films of 2025. Next up, we have our top 5 shows of 2025. At number 5, we have Daredevil Born Again. the Marvel Disney series on Disney Plus, starring the incredible Marvel character Daredevil, played by Charlie Cox. It was a incredible way to bring over that character from the Netflix world into the Disney Plus world, and they did not hold back. It was a very violent, very action-filled, and a very heartfelt story in there as well. So Daredevil Born Again takes the number 5 spot. Number 4, we have The Last of Us Season 2, starring Mr. Pedro Pascal, the actor of the year. So congrats to them. Number 3, this was a very surprising one, and that is It. Welcome to Derry. This was one of the most incredibly well-made and very disturbing shows that I have seen. It's a great addition to the It franchise that they are starting over at WB. It was a very, very well-made show. It probably could be a movie. There was 2 movies before. There's talk of It Chapter 3 coming out because of the success of the show. This show will get 3 seasons at the very minimum, so more Derry to come. And number 2, we have The Pit, which was a very surprising hit for me and for the world when it came out on HBO Max. It is an incredible show. Season 2 will be starting here shortly, and I'm very, very excited to dive into The Pit once more. And then at number 1, it's our series of the year, and that is Stranger Things 5, the epic conclusion to the beloved Stranger Things series over on Netflix. So congrats to all the winners and our top 5 finalists in the years of 2025. So to wrap things up for today's show, let's kind of go over some predictions for 2026. So we have a big battle coming up this summer, and that is Shrek 5 versus Toy Story 5. Those come out the exact same weekend, which is very surprising, very exciting. I'm going to predict the winner of this fight, and I think Toy Story 5 will make the most money and will be the most beloved out of Shrek 5 versus Toy Story 5. So that is my prediction. Avengers Doomsday is coming out this year. I'm predicting that it will crack the top 5 film of the year. It might even win film of the year. We will find out. But interesting enough, we are going to get our own Barbenheimer this year in 2026, and they're calling it Doomsday. So Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday is set to come out the same weekend in December. It's going to be an exciting time. Spider-Man Brand New Day, the newest installment of the Spider-Man series at Marvel Disney, starring Tom Holland as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. I'm predicting that this will be my film of the year. It's my most anticipated film of the year for sure, and I think it's going to take that top spot. Malcolm in the Middle. They are coming back for a 4-part reunion series over on Hulu with Frankie Muniz coming back as Malcolm. I think this is going to be a sneaky top 5 show for the year. It could crack the top 5. I believe it will. And then also, speaking of shows, The Pit Season 2 comes out this month, and I'm predicting that it'll go back-to-back on being in the top 5 shows of the year of 2026. So that is our show today. Welcome to the first annual Cinematic Awards show. The show will return next year with the awards for the 2026 releases of the films and shows. Have a good rest of the happy year holiday, and we'll see you all next time on the show. Thank you, everyone.